Okay, here I am getting my platform ready for the tent, making sure my surface is level and the best possible sleeping position for tonight. Get my footprint out and try to gauge the wind so I can set up the tent in the best possible direction. Go ahead and test it out. Make sure my head is not downhill and continue with my tent build. So we're in Hidden Valley on Mount Shasta at about 9,300 feet elevation. Temperature outside variable, about 60 degrees. About an hour after I got this tent set up, snow set in, and an hour after that the sun was out and temperature rose to about 75 degrees. Highly variable up there.
Nice little view. So there's our route up tomorrow. Just basically wind yourself up to that saddle, follow the gully, and then hit Shastina, and then back down the saddle and hit to old Shasta there. Only another 2,000 feet above that. 2 hours or so, right? And then hopefully find a spot across that ridge and do some glissading down, right back down to my spot tomorrow. That's the plan, at least. There we go. Summit's coming open. Shastina's just right there. Feel like I can just touch it. It's going to be a great day.
Okay, let me walk you through my tent setup here. When we're sleeping on snow, it's important to have as many layers under you as possible. So in addition to the tent, I've got the ground sheet, I've got a solid core pad, an insulated pad, all underneath my 15-degree sleeping bag. It's real critical to have as many layers between you and the snow as possible. Then up here in my gear loft, I've got playing cards and sunscreen and my it's also a convenient place to have my socks, my long johns. On the other side, I've set a bunch of flat rocks just right outside my tent for a nice platform for my expedition bag to keep it dry and off the snow. Got my hat and my headlamp ready for the evening. So as I was hiking, I realized that the seams on my boots had split out and was allowing snow and water in, soaking my socks. So what I did is took some microcord that I carry with me and lashed it across the bottom to try to keep the top and the bottom sections together. Hopefully this will work out. We'll test it out tomorrow. Really hope that it will hold. Once we put crampons on, hopefully it'll stay, my feet will stay up off the snow and dry. The other one's got a small seam tear. Not going to worry about it yet. We'll see how it does tomorrow. Hopefully keep my socks dry. Okay, it's about 6 in the morning. Right behind me, the sun's coming up. You can see right behind me the route up to the Shastina saddle. It's about 25 degrees overnight, fairly cold. I made fairly good gains this morning. Just over my right shoulder there, down on those rocks, is where we camped. Quite a bit down there. Okay, so right behind me we have Shastina Summit. The wind has picked up, so I'm here in the shade. The temperature has dropped considerably. About 10 to 15 mile an hour winds, steady. Got my neck gaiter on, as well as my insulated gloves. It's been a heck of a hike. Took about 3 hours to get up to this point. Right at about 12,000 feet. Just a hair over.
There's Shasta. I've got to traverse this little glacier here and skirt just to the left of that arete right there. Pop over that cornice there somehow. But that's Misery Hill going up this way and Summit over there. So you can see a few people on Misery Hill, ants marching. So next stop, here evaluating my ridge line, and you know, that's a pretty steep head wall there. I was thinking about taking that middle chute, but it looks like there's a fairly good steep section there at the top. So even though it's probably the most treacherous, I think I'm gonna traverse right above that crevasse there, the berg, over to that top of that rock, and then shoot up from there, and then hold the ridge line until I get up there. We'll evaluate as we go.
Okay, summit of Mount Shasta, 12:40 p.m., about 6.5 hours after I've left base camp. 14,162 feet of elevation, my highest yet.
Yeah, the fast way down. Alright, I'm in a nice chute now. Whoa, out of the chute, out of the chute. Oh, oh. Oh no, is the ride over? Oh, not yet. Woo, holding the shade. Oh, that's it. Woo, good times.
Okay, back home, let's do a quick footwear update. My temporary fix held up well, up both peaks. I had dry socks the whole day. The cold temperatures helped out, keeping the snow frozen and staying on top of the ice with my crampons. Everything worked really well. Time for the trash heap for these suckers though. You can tell they're split out pretty bad. My shoes were actually frozen in the morning when I put them on for my hike. Instantly numbed my feet and took about an hour and a half to get them all the way warm. Thanks for watching the video, guys.